Hey, it's Bill. Let's see how we did on Premier League Day 4 and my thoughts on the last day of the first block of events. Hey everyone, looking forward to the last day of the first block of events in the Premier League for the darts, and let's see how I did yesterday. It was not as good as the perfect day I had the day before. As a matter of fact, with a couple ties in there, it did not look good. I did have the one win, Anderson over Durant, which probably anyone over Durant I could pick the winner. But I did call a couple games. First of all, the best game of the night, I called that for sure. Which was Jose de Souza against Nathan Aspinall, and I called the second best game, which was the first game, Peter Wright, Dimitri Vandenberg. I also mentioned that Wade was going to keep it close with Michael Van Gerwen. I predicted a tie, but it actually was a win. So I don't know how many roars you got out of that, but fair enough. I'm okay with it. Let's talk about the games. Peter Wright, Dimitri Vandenberg. Dimitri Vandenberg scoring like crazy. It's really impressive. Really should have had the one. He let the door, he couldn't, or he had a chance to break, so, and didn't take it near the end, and could have had 5-2 as well. This is, to me, a good point for Peter Wright. But Peter Wright played with the same darts 2 days in a row. I don't know what to think about that. But played well, nearly 100 average. Play that set, or play the diamonds, and you'll be fine. Next matchup, Johnny Clayton, Rob Cross. Johnny obviously hit a little bit of a wall there. Wasn't looked good at the beginning, but struggled. Certainly didn't play like he normally does. And I know Rob Cross was getting upset because Wayne Mardle doesn't like his pause. So what? You're allowed to have an opinion. What is an announcer supposed to say? Every dart player is an amazing dart player, and I love every dart player, and they have nothing wrong with their games, and everything is good. Their job is to give an opinion. That's their job. If you don't like the opinion, so what? But don't get mad at the guy for giving an opinion. Jose de Souza, Nathan Aspinall, I don't even know what to say about this. This is why Jose de Souza's box office. Absolute box office. I'd watch that guy play any day of the week because you have no idea what's coming. The first leg, he's on a 9-darter. A 9-darter. Okay, he doesn't get the answer, or he doesn't get the result. He ends up with 82. Now, 82, we all know, you go for bull. You hit the bull, you go double 16. You hit the single bull, 17 top. Got it. He didn't hit the bull. He hit the 3. Now, I don't know where his counting went from that point, because you've got 79 left. Triple 13, I'm thinking the guy knows exactly where he's going. He hits triple 13. I go, hey, Jose, way to count. But from that point, you got to go double top. You don't go double 16. And then, of course, he made a hash out of that. Now, if you hit the double 16, that's not horrible. You're back on double 4. But then he left 20 and made a hash out of that, and Aspinall actually got that first leg. So you think you think back to what happened at Durant. Durant folded like a cheap tent after losing that first one a couple days ago, where he had a good scoring leg against Dimitri Vandenberg. So what does Jose do? He goes out and hits a 9-darter on the next leg. He's on a 9-darter in 2 straight legs, and it's tied 1-1. Jose de Souza just gives away points. He's got points in his hands. And he says, here's a point for you. Here's a point for you. Here's a point for you. Here's another game. He's only got 2 points. Out of 4 games, he has 2 points. Should have won the first game against Rob Cross. Should have tied the second game with Gary Anderson. The Johnny Clayton one, he did the mess up of the count. But let's say maybe he gets that. He's up 3-2. Possible point there that he gave up, and he certainly gave up the points yesterday. He should be, if I do my math right, he should be between 5 and 7 points right now. He's got 2. But he's the most entertaining player to watch this. There's no doubt about that. And again, it's entertaining because you don't know what you're going to get. You like the miscounts. You like I don't know, there's just something about it. But definitely the best match, and it ended up 6-6. Michael Van Gerwen, I guess the roaring wasn't working for you, eh? someone that I know, I can't remember who this person was, told you he's got no confidence. So let's think about him. Okay, so yeah, he had a great average in the first game, bad one against Peter Wright, and then he had a great average in game 3. Peter Wright, same thing, good average first game, played a horrible second game against Michael Van Gerwen, but he's played consistent since. He's been at the 100 average or just below the 100 average in his game yesterday. Michael Van Gerwen, you're all over the map. You're a seesaw. I know you have no confidence. I get it, because you can tell like a million miles away with the roar. James Wade plays a game that you don't like, which is to slow it down. Doesn't seem like he cares. Not going to put on a show for anyone. But a good win for James Wade, and really tightened up. I don't think I've ever seen a Premier League this tight after 4 weeks. It basically, I think there's six people on 5 points. That's crazy. Anyways, last match, again, you're just struggling. Anderson, Durant, I don't know what to say. So I'm not going to say nothing. Let's go into predictions for today. First game up, I think, is going to be a beauty. I don't predict it to be the best match, but let's just say it's going to be the second best match. It's Gary Anderson versus Johnny Clayton. What I worry about here is Johnny Clayton just has a lot of respect for Gary Anderson, and in the matches I've seen, Gary Anderson usually plasters him pretty good. I just don't think Gary's at that, he's talking, he doesn't seem like that confident. And again, I picked him to get relegated, so I certainly wasn't expecting much out of him. He's showed me more than what I expected, but Johnny did not have a good game against Rob Cross yesterday. Is that going to carry over? Is he just excited to be there? I don't know. I've been tossing back and forth. Really had 6-6 in my mind, but I think Johnny Clayton will take it, which would then leave me at least a room for Gary Anderson to still be relegated. So Johnny Clayton to win this one 7-4. The next matchup, Peter Wright, Rob Cross. Typically, Rob Cross puts a hiding on Peter Wright in Premier League matches. I think they've got one tie, and Rob Cross has won the rest. I said they're coming in different spots. I think it's weird. Rob Cross is, when you've got no confidence, you talk about having confidence. That makes sense. I don't hear Johnny Wright or Johnny Clayton talking about, wow, I've got this huge confidence. He's like, I'm playing well. I hear the Rolls Royce of practicing. I'm not a bad player. He's not a bad player. He's not. He's been in the mid 90s, high 90s the whole time. I think he's a good player. I don't like when you start talking about how confidence and how everything's changed. And I know you got to find an excuse, I guess. I don't know. I'd like Peter Wright to win this one, as long as he plays with the right darts. If he doesn't throw the Element 7 or the World Championship or the Diamond Dart or the World Championship dart, then I'll take back my pick. But as long as he throws one of those 2 darts, I like Peter Wright to win this one. I like to win him 7-4. Next matchup, I believe, will be the best game. MVG against Nathan Aspinall. The issue here is going to be which Michael Van Gerwen shows up, not which Nathan Aspinall shows up. Nathan Aspinall's scoring like crazy and he's playing well, and he hung with Jose De Souza yesterday. I think I would have just probably handed my darts over when someone goes 4 or 2 straight legs going 180, 180, and then hits a 9 darter. I'd be like, okay, I'm done. You got the game. Have a good time. He didn't, and I think he'll definitely get up for a game against MVG. Now, MVG probably is going to like the pace of play of Aspinall, and Aspinall gives it a little bit too. So it would be nice if Aspinall could just calm down and slow it down, but that's not his game. So I think it'll be a really good game, actually, and I like the tie 6-6 in this game. The next game up, this is your time where you go for popcorn, you grab your beverage. If there's any chores you need to do because the significant other asked you to do it, this is your time to do it. You got about a half hour, 40 minutes. James Wade against Glenn Durrant. This could be the most dullest dart match I've ever seen, and I'll just pick it 7-2 for James Wade. And the next match, I think, will be a great one. I just think there's going to be a little bit of a let-off. Jose De Souza's got to win. He's got to win. I'm even going to put money on it today. I'm going to go and make my bet. He's got to win. You can't be throwing 108 averages and losing. You can't be throwing 9 darters and losing. He's got to win this one. Come on, Jose. And if Jose wins this one, it'll be a really interesting second block, because there's going to be a lot of tight players. Obviously, Durant's on the regulation or relegated, but I think if Jose's able to win this one, it'll make it really nice and tight. at the top, which I think will make an exciting second block. So I'm going to take Jose D'Souza to win at 7-4. So again, going through it, Johnny Clayton beat Larry Anderson 7-4. Wouldn't be surprised if it's the other way around either. But I just, for some reason, I think Johnny Clayton will get over the line. Peter Wright to beat Rob Cross 7-4. MVG Nathan Aspinall to have a tie 6-6. James Wade to beat Glenn Durant 7-2, and Jose D'Souza to finally get a win. Please don't hand away the points. 7-4 on Dimitri Vandenberg. Hope everyone enjoys the darts. I'll have a video after to talk about how I did today, but then it's a week off until the second block. Hope everyone enjoys the darts. Bye.